Oh, these are beautiful. This is crown prince, and those are the Turk turbans. Aren't they beautiful? Another variety of giant pumpkin that Jacob is growing. He's from South India in Kerala. This is a giant pumpkin. Put your hand on it, please. These are the harvest for today, and we are going to take it to home. So this is the marrow, which I think is a marrow, but anyway, it looks like more like a winter squash. Okay, how to harvest summer or winter squash. Okay, this is the stem. This is where you have to cut it. If you cut it from right, another courgette adding to the courgette pile. Of course, added this one also. What on earth is this? This is a pumpkin.
This is the fourth time I went to walk.
Aha! This is all the harvest that we had today. We cleared everything. This is beautiful. The scene that every gardener likes. Our hedgehog, although it is stony, never moves. He has an apple, and he has a good apple. There are 3 ways to grow a massive pumpkin. The first is to give them a constant supply of water every day. Second is to give them lots of space to grow and roam around. And the third is to use the seed of a giant pumpkin. In the last part I say why I and Charles Darling don't grow giant pumpkins. The main reason is that it's a lot of work for something that you cannot eat. Yes, most of the giant pumpkins are not edible. Practically they are disgusting. The other reason is that they cannot keep well. You cannot store them. And the last reason is that where you can store them. This is a giant pumpkin. Put your hand on it, please. Ooh, wow. Can you put it on the pumpkin? Aha, that's the size. I can say this is about 60 centimeters. And why this is growing? Because this gentleman is very crafty and industrious. What he has done, you see this drip of water here is always there. And this is connected to this water tank. So 24 hours a day, this pumpkin is being fed. Practically, most of it is water then. That is amazing. And let us see the gardener who has done this big achievement. He's called Joseph?
Jacob.
Oh, Jacob. Jacob. And he's originally from Goa.
Kerala.
Kerala. Is it from Kerala, not Goa?
Not Goa.
Oh, okay, amazing. Joseph, you have done well. God bless you. Update on the Jacob's pumpkin from Kerala, but now he lives in England. Yes, can you come and show us? How is your pumpkin now?
Growing.
Is it?
Yeah. Last time we said it's around 60 centimeters, now it's...
Ah, amazing. Put your hand on it just for the scale. That's it. That's the size. It's about 90 centimeters. Right?
90 centimeters now.
Yeah, that's amazing. Just show. You should give me one seed of this giant pumpkin so I can grow it. Probably.
Of course I will.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
So maybe just for the sake of information, ask you to introduce yourself.
Yeah, I'm Jacob. I'm from South India.
Yeah.
Kerala.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
And what you have put under this pumpkin that it is not rotting?
Actually, this is I grown from the compost. Compost is underneath.
Ah. So this will let the water go and
From by
yeah,
tank.
that's it. That's great. Let us see if your dripping system is yet working.
Yeah. It's under the leaves now.
Yeah. It was here the other time, but I suppose that the tank is there, so that is working. Amazing. If anybody wants to grow a giant pumpkin, what they should do?
Just simple. Pumpkin need more water.
Oh.
More than any fertilizer or any compost. Water is important for pumpkin.
It's,
In my experience, I know that.
that's brilliant. Jacob the pumpkin man. Amazing. Let us zoom to the tree. And to your face. Big happy smile of a farmer. Pumpkin. Jacob, can you put your hand there? To think how big it has become. It's ripening instead of getting any bigger, it seems to me.
Yeah, I think.
It's changing color to orange. And I see there is another one there. And there is third one there. And there are a few ones there which they may not grow any bigger than that because the season is really running short. And beside the watering, Jacob, and putting it on a compost heap for the food and drainage, does the actual seed that you use has an effect on the quality?
I think so, yeah.
So you must have a seed from a pumpkin which was giant.
Yeah.
That is a different variety, of
It's a
course.
different variety, yeah.
That is almost now 60 centimeter. Huge. And you can see the marking of the leaves. It's so delicate that the markings, the leaf has rubbed here and left the marking there.
That's true.
Beautiful. With that drip goes there. Amazing.
Yeah.
Jacob and son continuing to grow pumpkins in the UK. Another variety of giant pumpkin that Jacob is growing is from South India in Kerala, and that's his allotment pumpkin in UK. Look at it, it's beautiful. This one is a little bit paler and is about more than half a meter, probably 60 centimeter now, and is yet growing. And the secret, as Jacob says, is to add water. We are here again with Jacob's baby. It's a beautiful pumpkin that he has. Actually, not just one baby, it's more than one. There is another one, white one there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's turning now to a kind of salmon beige color with a little bit warty surface. It's turning beautiful, really. And this is Jacob. Jacob, do you want to cover them now because of the frost?
Yeah, because I already washed.
Oh, yeah, the plant has suffered, as you see.
So we'll cover it.
Yeah, just covering the pumpkin just to be sure that it will not get damaged anymore. So, go ahead and cover it, Jacob. Now pumpkin covered.
Can go.
Oh, that's too big. That baby has grown very bigger than your bags.
Yeah, it goes.
You can cover the other ones. Yeah. Removing the moisture so it will not get moldy. Yeah. It's like a person. Should be covered with a jacket. Beautiful. And the third one, okay, that can covered by the back. That can cover it. Yeah, now we have a pumpkin who is a hoodie. Hoodie pumpkin. Yeah, the third one. Yeah, we had one night of frost. The temperature fell to 4 degrees. It damaged some of the pumpkins and the leaves mainly. One of my little pumpkins also was damaged, but it was a little one, not as big as this one. This big one seems that they store the heat somehow, so they don't suffer so much as the little ones.
Going to remove it in the morning.
Yeah, beautiful.
There's no frost.
Yeah, there is no frost tonight. I think that will be 10, 11
10, 11.
degrees, so that is above the freezing point. Yeah. It's not just a frost. When the sun rises, the water expands, and the expenditure of the water will cause the tissues of the cells of these plants just burst, and that is what we see here, like these ones. The cell structure has been damaged. They cannot do photosynthesis anymore. They're not green. Brilliant. Pumpkins covered. Are you going to cover this one also?
Yeah.
You have enough cover. Oh, your dripping system. Even in the rain it works.
Still,
Oh, these are
still come this weather.
yeah, marrow. Yeah, even in this weather they're coming. So you can use any of those? Probably. They're rubbish, huh? You cannot use them. Or you can turn the edge of this over it.
Yeah, this carpet. That's right.
These pumpkins have really done better than whatever we had. This is Crown Prince, as we know, and those were Turk Turban. And the reason for that, according to Charles Dowding, is that the pumpkins grow bigger when you give them bigger spaces. So we are seeing it in a good example. Ours was very scattered. I mean, very crowded practically. Beans and the sweet corns and everything put together in a small, tiny land, 3 by 3 meters or 4 by 4 meters. This has a good amount of land available, and the plants have really grown free, and the fruits, resulting fruits, are huge. Look at this one, which is almost ready, and that one, which is new. You can see the color is paler in the old one and the greener in the new one. So it's yet growing, the plant. So the secret for this, I have to add, to growing good sized pumpkins and winter squashes and all kind of squashes, to give them more space. As you can see here, clear good example of it. Every year I sow a lot of winter squash and summer squash, winter squash. And this year I'm going to limit most of my sowing to 2 varieties, or at the most 3. That is the Uchikikuri Orange Hokkaido and the squash, winter squash Crown Prince. Probably also I will do the Thelma Sanders one because that is the smaller size. And I explained why I'm not doing these big ones. Or if I do it, I will do 1 or 2 plants, nothing more than that. I will show you the reason. The reason is in front of you. Don't make mistake. The reason is not this. Of course, this is one of the reasons. The main reason is that this windowsill is not more than 25 centimeter wide, and similar windowsills in the house, nothing more than this. And it cannot take practically more than a Crown Prince or a Turk Turban or Chikukuri or Thelma Sanders. That's the maximum I can put in the house for curing. These are not things that just stay for a few weeks, then we eat them. We keep them for a whole year probably. These ones are from 2017. They were sown, they started their life in February 2017. And now we are in the April 2018. So more than a year, I have to live with the result of that. And at least, around 6 months or, September, August. September, if I've harvested it, that will be now 7 months I have to live with the result of it in a windowsill. If I have a smaller one, I can have more. If I have a big one, that takes a lot of space. I had examples of big ones here previously. Take a lot of space. If I put it in the allotment, they may just go rotten, and as it has happened. So I will limit myself. Main crop of my winter squash pumpkins will be smaller ones. That's the reason. And now you saw the reason. I may do any of these 1 or 2 plants, but not more than that. We don't have a space. We have a space for this one. And what I've noticed is that Charles Dowding is doing the same. I have been in his garden in Somerset, homemakers. And I've seen his windowsill personally and also in photographs and videos. His windowsill is not big, the same size as ours. A little bit probably wider, slightly wider. And is perfectly suitable for Ochikikuri and Crown Prince to hold there. He has also, of course, a cold room, but I've not seen he keep much in that cold room. So, that's the reason I will stick most of my crop to Ochikikuri, Crown Prince, and the Thelma Sanders and similar smaller varieties of